Okay then, so this evening I'm going to do a little video on an unboxing of the Super Nintendo Classic Mini. So this arrived today on launch day, but I've been at work all day, so I've had to wait until 11 o'clock at night to open it up for the first time. So let's just take a quick look. So quite a good box, very Nintendo-y feel to it. Obviously it is Nintendo, so nice details on the back of the games that are included. Okay, so let's open this bad boy up. Okay, so we've got the manual here, which looks pretty standard SNES style. There possibly some sort of voucher code on the back. We'll have a look at that later. Okay, so here we have one of the controllers. So let's have a look at it. But if you can see that, I've got a pretty crap camera setup, so I can't really see what I'm filming here. But okay, so it's pretty much a standard SNES pad. Feels a bit lighter than an original one. Looks very nice though. The colour seems slightly different as well. I've got an original one here. It's actually old and it's kind of yellowed a bit and a bit green. So obviously the original colour didn't look that green. But we can just put them side by side so you can have a look. They look pretty much the same. I did actually watch another unboxing video a couple of nights ago of the SNES Mini. Somebody's had it a month ago or so, and they compared the original controller with the new one on here, and they pointed out a few differences, but they did say that the original one had the black L and R written on the shoulder buttons, and that the new one didn't. But as you can see, that they both don't have it. So I don't know whether this, although it was bought many years ago, I don't know whether it was an original or if it's something that I think we bought maybe a year after the SNES came out, and maybe they've changed the design slightly, so it looks like they've kept it and they don't have the L and R on the top there anymore. Obviously I think the main difference between them is the cable length on the original one is, I think, is about 2.4 meters or so. It's much shorter on the new one. I think it's about 1.4 meters, but I believe it's a lot longer than the NES Mini, which we had a lot of complaints about that. So 1.4 meters is enough for me in my games room. A friend of mine's got the got this set up as well today, but I think he's also bought the one of the wireless controllers. And it's got like 6 buttons set up here. It's not officially Nintendo, but obviously that would allow you to sit back in a big room and game with this. But I think this will do me for now anyway, so I'll see how it goes. But the quality feels typical Nintendo-ish. Feels very good. It feels like, you know, you're not going to get sore thumbs doing super moves, etc. on Street Fighter or special moves, whatever. But yeah, everything else seems pretty the same. It feels good. The SNES pads though has been good anyway. Okay, so let's have a look what else is in there. So we've got the other pad. Obviously you've got 2 pads with the Super Nintendo Mini. I think the NES just came with a 1. Okay. So we've got the HDMI cable. I actually said to my mate today that it's a pity that there's no easy way of hooking this up to an old CRT. I've got an Amiga monitor. I would prefer to play it old school. I know that you can do scan lines. I think there's a scan line option, but obviously it's all fake when you do it through an LCD monitor anyway. So but we'll see what it looks like later on. Then just a standard USB lead. Obviously you don't get a plug with any of them. You just have to find some random USB power outlets, but obviously we've all got them, spare mobile phone chargers now, So I'll just plug it into something that's got a USB slot. As long as it's got enough power, it should work. Okay, so here's to the bad boy itself. Okay, so when I first saw the photographs of this online, you know, when we first pre-ordered, etc., it actually looked bigger than it actually is in real life. But God, it's tiny. So this is the first time I've seen this. Obviously, that doesn't open up. Eject button does nothing. Reset button does, obviously, and the power switch. But it looks obviously identical to the original SNES. I think this pulls out. Obviously, the joypads don't really go in there. They're too small. Yeah, so the joypads plug into there. So I guess that stays open when they're plugged in. And you've got just HDMI out there and the USB, where the USB goes into there. So I'm just gonna get my old school SNES out, just to compare size, and I'll pull this back. Hopefully you can see it. So that's the size compared to the old SNES. A bit of power in that then. So obviously, apart from the size, it's pretty much identical looking. This is obviously a lot more yellow and green. It's not fared very well over the years. Okay, so that's pretty much what's in the box. There's nothing left in there, so all that's left for me to do is now set this up and let's see what it looks like and play a few games. Okay, welcome back. So let's power it on. Okay, so I guess we're just gonna have to set it up then. So I've not seen the NES Mini, so I don't really know what the front end looks like, but I guess it's similar. But obviously this is pretty much SNESified anyway. So just scrolling through the games in the middle of the screen, I believe you can change some graphic settings. I guess up here. Okay, so you've got a CRT filter, so I guess it gives you scan lines. 4.3 pixel perfect. I'm not exactly sure what that's going to do, but we'll keep it on 4.3 for now. Oh yeah, and you can also change the background. Leave that one on. So the front end looks instantly very nice. Obviously there's the 21 games on it, but I think I'll probably end up just sticking loads of more ROMs on it, as people have done with the NES Mini. I think it's probably do the same thing with it. So obviously the game I really want to play on this is Pilot Wings, which is not included, but I'll probably end up putting that on there at least. So let's fire up a game and see what it looks like. So obviously it's HDMI. It just basically looks like it just looks like a SNES emulator anyway on a PC. I might try the scanline feature and see what that looks like. I'll just do a quick few laps of Mario Kart and then put something else on. It actually feels very nice to play this game again with the original controller, because it's just been years since I've done that. Normally I'm using a Xbox 360 pad on the PC when I'm emulating, but to have the original feel of the controller in your hands is really good. To be honest, I played the original SNES version of this morning because I had a replacement PSU turn up. I wanted to test it out, and I played this first track, and I think I got 6 or something. Now I'm about to do the same thing, so I'm not paying attention. I hope you can hear me. I've got to keep it a bit quiet because I've got people in bed. It's quite late at night now. Oh. Okay, there we go. First. I'm not sure how to get back out of here, so I'm just guessing it's just reset. Okay, there we go, just the reset button. It doesn't boot the console up again. So let's have a look. I'm going to put scan lines on. So the scanline filter, to be honest, isn't amazing. The whole screen looks a bit blurry now, so I'm not too sure whether it's better or worse than just the original display. I'll probably get used to it. I haven't played this game in years. I was never one to have completed this either back in the day. I got to certain stages and then just kept dying, so I gave up. To be honest, I'm not a massive Mario fan, apart from Mario Kart. Oh. Alright, let's try another game. So I do believe there's some sort of rewind feature with this as well, where it saves you playing. So if you want to rewind to go back to something you missed, or if you keep dying, you can use that feature. I have no idea how to work it. Like I said, this is the first time I've put this on. It might have something to do with that suspend point on there. Let's put F0 on. Nope. To be honest, now I think the scan lines are growing on me, so I think I might keep this this setting on. I just remember this game being so much more harder than Mario Kart back in the day. It's probably not changed. I love the music. I think the hardware itself inside is identical to the NES Mini, so I'm just guessing it can emulate a lot of other stuff as well. So you know, if you're hacking it, you can probably put. I'm guessing you can probably put other systems, maybe Mega Drive games and things on it. But if that's possible, I'll probably just leave it and just fill it with SNES ROMs. But I guess it's some sort of nice little unit that you can take over to a mate's house. Obviously fill it with SNES ROMs, take over to a mate's house with your 2 joypads and play SNES all night. Right, I'm going to put something else on because I'm not too sure how much battery life my phone has got. It might cut out recording. There's quite a few games on here I've never played before, to be honest. I'm going to put Star Fox on. Obviously, I'm not used to not pressing B. Wrong button. Put Star Fox on. Obviously, I have played this a lot. Just want to see how it runs, but I think I read that it emulates basically as well as the original SNES does. So when it slows down on the original SNES, it slows down in the game. I can already see it slowing down. So, but that's part of the charm of the game, I think, for me anyway. I always do the smart button at the start because I always forget what button fire is. Here we go. Yeah, so it pretty much runs exactly how it does on the SNES anyway, so it's probably just into double-digit frames per second. But that's what it is, it's an emulation of the SNES, so you don't really want it any different. Well, that's it for this one. I'm not going to get to the end, so I don't have enough time. So Obviously, I think Star Fox 2 unlocks after you complete the first stage, I believe, of Star Fox, but I'll try that later on off video. Put Street Fighter on, you can see how rubbish I am at it. So it's Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Yeah, I'm rubbish at Street Fighter, so we'll see what happens on this first fight. Yeah, as I said, I'm rubbish at this. But as I mentioned at the start of the video about the joypad feeling quite comfortable doing the special moves, it's true, so you're not going to get any blisters from playing Street Fighter. Alright, enough of that. Alright, so I'm going to put on a game I've never played before. Let's find something. We'll do Kirby's Dream Course, see what that's like. And that might have to be the last video because I think my phone's about to die. I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, I've got no idea what's going on. What do you do here? Oh, okay, I don't have time to find out what's going on there. That's probably the worst option to choose. I want to see Zelda, but it takes quite a while to start up, so I'm not going to put it on this video. Okay, I'm just scrolling past everything again. I'll put Donkey Kong Country on. Jesus. Well, I think that's enough of that then. So I don't really have time to put any more on. So pretty much a short video. I'll play around with it a lot more. I'll probably end up, as I said, sticking a lot more ROMs on it. Hopefully the front end will stay the same if you can get box art, etc. on it. I've got no idea if that's possible, but I hope so. So that's it. So thanks for watching.